Okay, so for this last video of Chapter 2, we're going to prove more angle relationships, but we're not going to use proofs this time. We're going to look at different types of problems where we're already given information. We're just kind of working through it on a picture. So let's go ahead and take a look at example 1. Find the measure of the numbered angles given the information below. So we know 9 is complementary to 10, and 9 being complementary means that this is a right angle right here. Now if that side's a right angle, it also means that this side over here is also a right angle. Since they're both right angles, we know 7 is congruent to 9. And we also know that angle 8 is 41 degrees. So since that's 41, we know that 7 and 8 add up to 90 degrees because that's what complementary means. So 90 minus 41 gets me that that's 49 degrees. 7 is congruent to 9, so that's also 49 degrees. Now, we know 9 and 10, as it says up here, are complementary. So 49 plus my final answer of 41 is complementary. So we have all 4 angles. Now let's take a look at example 2. Measure of angle AFE is what we're going to find. So I'm going to make that x. And we know that BFC, which is angle 2, is 55 degrees. Taking a look at angle 1 and angle 2, angle 1 is congruent to angle 2 because, just missed a letter, because vertical angles. So since angle 2 is 55 degrees, that means angle 1 is also 55 degrees. Now since I have a right angle right here, AFB, and BD is a straight line, I know that this is also a right angle. Since that's a right angle, I can find the measure of angle AFE because 55 and x add up to 90 degrees. So 90 minus 55 gets me 35 degrees. Oops, I'm erasing my own writing. 35 degrees. So if you take a minute, you list out all your work, you label it on the picture, it's going to make it a lot easier. Looking at this one, we have 11x, angle 12 is 10x plus 10, and angle 13 is 8x minus 10. Now, there's two ways that I would do this. I would do either a pair of supplementary angles, like 11 and 13 or 12 and 13, or I would use vertical angles. I'm going to use vertical angles. I know that angle 11 is congruent to angle 12. Since I know that those are congruent, I'm going to set them equal to each other. 11x equals 10x plus 10. When I solve, I get that x is 10. So I'm going to plug 10 back in to find all the angles. 11 times 10, that means this one's 110 degrees. Since we set them equal, this one's also 110 degrees. I could plug 10 in, or I could use the fact that they're supplementary to find that this one over here is 70 degrees. In our last example on this video, we have the ratio of two complementary angles is 4 to 5. I'm going to stop at complementary. That means a right angle. So complementary angles are right angles. So let's draw a right angle. And we just need to draw a line in between. And the ratio is 4 to 5. Whenever you see a ratio of 4 to 5, it could be 4 and 5, it could be 8 and 10. It's any multiple of 4 and 5. So I'm going to use a variable 4x and 5x. You're going to see this throughout the year. Whenever you see a ratio, you put an x at the end. Now complementary angles add up to 90 degrees, so 4x plus 5x equals 90 degrees. 4 plus 5 is 9. So x is 10. Since x is 10, I need to plug it back in, which gives me 40 degrees and 50 degrees.